What's up, homies? We here with everything great about Eminem's music to be murdered by Crypt. This is a part one, so I'm guessing there's gonna be a part two. And I just noticed that he dropped this yesterday, and I always love Crypt. He's always a cool person to watch on YouTube. He's a really big help in this YouTube community, especially with the like rappers and stuff. You know. Yeah, man, he's just a really nice guy, what it seems like to be. So I like to give him my support, and I hope you guys give me my support and hit a like and hit that subscribe button. You know, and here we go. Let's check this out.
Music to be murdered by.
But first, a word from our sponsor that is helping me through this financial nightmare of a situation called the coronavirus. Oh man, you guys are gonna love this one. Woo! Woo! Ha ha ha! Woo! Okay, look. Yeah. Let me tell you guys something about this thing right here. So when you go out in public and try to use the internet, you're subjected to hackers trying to jack your info unless you use a VPN. And that's what I'm here for, keep them from peeking in for a year or more. So I made this video back in a hotel room in Iowa. Use ExpressVPN to keep me safe, and now I owe ya. Cause they changed my IP, made it look like I'm in Paris. They're the top rated VPN provider, so don't compare it. Got that 24/7 customer support. If your content is blocked, they can unblock it for sure. Like in the EU article 13 says you can't look at me. But check the description, get to clicking and come laugh with me. Dog, the point I want to make is this is an offer to take. They got the fastest speeds of any VPN in the game. So take a peek in the description, I got something you should see. Click the link it easily, you'll get 3 months for free. Woo! Nah, but seriously guys, please.
Wow, that was dope, and that was just the ad. Wow, I've never seen anyone do that, bro. That was really cool. I usually skip that shit, no lie, but that definitely gained people's attention. Got mine.
Please go download to the description down below and support ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. They are helping me a ton right now, specifically because the coronavirus has shut down my main job, which was my main source of income. So I'm really struggling at the moment. So I'm trying to do my best over here on YouTube to support all of my lifestyle right now.
Everybody's getting affected by this. Nobody's working.
But VPNs do a lot, but the main thing is they protect you guys from hackers. I made this video in a hotel room in Dubuque, Iowa at a Days Inn on an unprotected Wi-Fi server. Literally, I was exposed to everybody, but I downloaded ExpressVPN, and then I was completely hidden from all that crap. Didn't have to worry about any of that while researching for making this video. So look at it this way, okay? Life without a VPN is like mailing a postcard and everybody at the post office can see what you wrote. A VPN just puts an envelope around it so they can't see it. You literally just do exactly what I did. You open it up, you click whatever location you want. They have a ton of different servers right here, that even the government. You can also get unrestricted internet. YouTube is blocked. So just go download to the get 3 months for free. Potentially, you guys are awesome.
Music to be murdered by.
Before the music even begins, Eminem throws out a few hidden tidbits. The album itself is named after a collection of eerie music from director and producer Alfred Hitchcock, who normally specialized in the intense suspense category. The original album was designed by Alfred to be used during his suspenseful movies, more specifically during murder scenes, letting everyone know that the mood Eminem is creating for this album is murder. Also, one of the several variations of Eminem's album cover is a nod to the original album cover from none other than Alfred Hitchcock. Also, the artwork of this album is in coherence with the title itself. The I in music is an upside down knife, the C is an axe and a pipe combined, and the E in B is a sideways pitchfork. There's also a nice throwback to
I never noticed that.
a Slim Shady on the front with the stamp of a hockey mask, which was sported by Eminem during the height of his Slim Shady alter ego era. And one final thing about the cover art is the word murdered is made to look like it is pasted from magazine clippings, very similar to serial killers back in the day when they sent anonymous letters. All of this is tied together and synonymous with the word murder. The lead track from the album is called Premonition, which is defined as a strong feeling that something is about to happen, especially something unpleasant, which begins the continuity of this entire project's horror-filled, uneasy vibe. This track begins with the sound of Eminem stabbing and presumably killing a female, and then digging the grave to bury her in. essentially
Classic.
bringing forth the metaphor that we are about to listen to music that he just murdered someone to. Shortly after the killing, Eminem is heard having a conversation to which I have multiple theories. Theory 1, Em is talking to himself, saying, "We will never see eye to eye. As much as I hate you, I need you." This could be in reference to Em saying that he's not a fan of who he's becoming now, but he knows there is still success there and he still needs this. Or, Theory 2, Em is talking to the rap game in general, saying they will never see eye to eye considering M's many disses towards the new age genre of rap, and that as much as he hates it, he does need it because it constantly gives him new things to rap about, and in the end, it is still rap, which is where his success lives. Both of which can be counted as a win. At the end of this intro sequence, you can hear the actual voice from Alfred Hitchcock himself saying the name of the album, which is just dope in general. This hook is in...
I don't know why, but when I heard those lines, I was thinking about like him and Kim, but who knows?
entirely slept on and underrated. I love it. This is just personal preference, but fuck you, I'm putting it in here. The opening line of this song is addressing the criticism received from Eminem's previous album, Kamikaze, which was filled with many songs dissing new age rappers, as well as people who criticized the previous album, Revival. But Eminem points out that he was simply rapping to prove his ability was still sharp, yet everyone was overlooking that. The phrase chip on your shoulder can be referred to as thinking that you are more than what you are given credit for, and Eminem is simply refuting that, saying that so many people have already considered him the greatest rapper of all time, so how does he have a chip? Em is basically just saying he's already given the credit as being the best, so it's impossible to think that you are better than the best because you're already the best, and good, better, best, never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. Fuck! Okay, I have to take away a win for this punchline. I just have to. In this line, Eminem is basically stating that if he was doing rap only for the money, that he could have quit a very, very long time ago, considering the millions amassed from his several platinum-selling albums, thus ensuring that Eminem still loves rap as a craft, and that is the sole reason that he's still doing it, which is very noble in itself. This line is in reference to the length of time that these rappers have spent making music, yet Eminem feels as if nobody is telling them that they are too old for rap and have been around for too long. Jay-Z has 13 solo albums and has been rapping officially since like 1988, I think. Tech Nine has over 20 fucking albums. He's been doing it since 1991, has a song with Tupac, and 2 Chainz has been around since 1997 under a different rap name. All of these rappers are also in their 40s or 50s, and Eminem is just basically giving an example of how he is unfairly criticized for his age and longevity. Also, +1 for the Tech Nine shout out. Every album that Eminem has ever done has either gone gold or platinum except his very first album when nobody even knew who he was. In fact, Eminem has 28 certified plaques. This line has many, many meanings. One meaning is that this is paying homage to LL Cool J, who is by far Eminem's heaviest influence in the rap game. Bigger and Deffer was LL's second studio album, acronymed as BAD on the cover, which plays into the double entendre of M saying he still sells 4 million copies of a quote-unquote bad album. This also plays into another double entendre of M saying that he is now bigger in size and defer to the hate. Revival certainly was not received well by the public, so in response, Eminem surprise released Kamikaze the following year, which most definitely was received far better than Revival, and reminded most of the general public, do not piss Eminem off. Rolling Stones reviewed both Eminem's Revival and Kamikaze. They gave the more publicly accepted album Kamikaze a 2.5 star out of 5 rating, and the rather disputed album Revival a 3.5 star out of 5 rating, which to me automatically shows how out of touch with the general public that the Rolling Stones truly are. But Eminem makes this comparison to Rolling Stones, giving his favorite...
Can never go by what like critics say, you know. They don't really understand everything, or they might just be looking for one thing, you know, specifically. So it's weird. And rap is such a weird thing to criticize because there's just so many other levels to it.
Rapper LL Cool J the exact same 2.5 star rating out of 5 on Bigger and Deffer, or the Bad album, in which Eminem referenced.
And then they go back years later saying that album is the best. It's weird.
Earlier, which Eminem considers a timeless classic album. Basically, all this means that Eminem is saying his favorite rapper got a 2.5 out of 5 stars, then it's definitely going to happen to him, and it pretty much just dissolves Rolling Stone's credibility. This line is in reference to Tom Brady, the former quarterback for the New England Patriots. Yes, former. He's a free agent. Suck my dick. But many people consider Tom Brady the greatest quarterback of all time, who also receives more hate than any player I have ever seen. There's such an undeniable amount of greatness to Tom Brady and his accomplishments, but he is a very easy person to dislike because of those accomplishments, and Eminem is feeling that exact same comparison to the rap game. The previous line referring to James is referencing LL Cool J, who Eminem spent the last few lines talking about, but I also feel like this could be referencing NBA player LeBron James, who is also compared very similarly to basketball as Tom Brady is to football and as Eminem is to rap. There's a few things to unpack with this one. I like it. This is one of my favorite things to do when I make a song. Spell something while rapping while people don't even know that you're spelling something. Now, this one is a little bit of a stretch because you have to stanza it out correctly, but Eminem literally spells the word GOAT, which stands for greatest of all time, and the following lines begin with the next letter in succession to spell the word GOAT again using rap lines only. Like I said, it is a bit of a stretch because you have to format it correctly, but it definitely looks like it was intentional. Also, the rhyme scheme in this one little section specifically is nuts. There's not a single syllable that doesn't rhyme with something else in the stanza. I don't have the time to colorfully label it like I want to right now, but I plan to at some point in the future, and I'm sure this isn't the only part of the song that does this. I just actually audibly caught this when making this video. I feel like this is one of the best back and forth lines of this entire album, and I'm definitely going to have to give this more than 1 point. But Eminem is practically saying that no matter what he does, he can't get it right. Before Revival, people said Eminem was amazing at rapping, but that he wasn't really saying anything. I specifically remember Joe Budden on his podcast pointing out that M was one of the greatest rhymers, but he wasn't saying anything, which is why he wasn't one of the best rappers.
And that's ridiculous. Eminem's always got some type of message behind his lyrics almost all the time. Maybe not every single time, but like probably like a good 95% or 90%. You know, he's saying some shit.
Live. Then when Eminem put out Revival, which was a lot of Eminem rapping his beliefs on politics and life in general, it was received horribly, and he was swamped with comments of people wanting the old Slim Shady back. But then when he actually brought back the feeling of Slim Shady on Kamikaze, everyone called him bitter and angry. Eminem also experienced the pull of people hating his sound on trap-style beats like Tay Keith produces, and then wanted him back on some Dre-sounding beats, and he also experienced the inverse of this, of people tired of him being on Dre beats and wanting him on more Tay Keith-sounding beats. It's literally a perfect representation of people pulling him in both directions, neither one of them being the correct direction. I'm gonna give it 5 wins. He also ends this in a slick double entendre by saying he has more hooks in him than Sway Lee, who is a member of Race Rimmed, who is known to sing the majority of the hooks for the rap duo. Also, I learned while doing research for this that Race Rimmed is eardrummers backwards, and I know it's unrelated, but I'm gonna count this as a personal win. Eminem has a tattoo of his daughter Haley on his right bicep, so if he lifts enough to where her face stretches, it means that he is simply getting stronger and his biceps are getting bigger. This is another solid example of Eminem constantly experiencing the back and forth of the rap game and the people that respond to it. Basically, no matter what he does, it's wrong. Here, Eminem ties back to earlier when he mentioned Tech 9, Jay-Z, and 2 Chainz by assuring that there was no disrespect whatsoever, but he just wanted to show that instead of being credited for rapping as long as they have with such skill, they always get told that they'll never be as good as they once were. And then Eminem follows it up with the best line of the entire song: "Bitch, if I was half as good as I was, I'm still twice as good as you'll ever be," which deserved 10 wins. Here we have a nice slick triple entendre. Obviously, the letter V comes after you, and Eminem says that the only way that you are ahead of him is alphabetically, so, you know, U and V and all that stuff. But he also says he's coming after you like the letter V, as in coming for your throat, or coming after you with malicious intent. This can also mean that the V, or victory, comes after you, so Eminem is saying after he comes after you, he will always have the V, or victory. The last one is a little bit of a stretch, but hey, sue me. But this is not near as much of a stretch that the people over on Genius try to make this shit. Like, they try to tie it to V for Vendetta and, like, Ultraviolet and shit. This is why I don't use Genius as research, okay? Literally anybody can type this shit in. Don't use Genius for research. Only use it to know what the lyrics are. That officially concludes part 1 of everything great about music to be murdered by. I plan to try to do the entire album if you guys want. Please make sure to drop a like and share this video. Comment if you guys enjoy this, if you found out something new. Never use Genius as research, okay? Always do your own research, because anybody can go to Genius and make up some bullshit and put it on there. Now, there's a lot of songs on this album, but damn it, we're stuck in a coronavirus quarantine, and I'm gonna do every fucking one of them if you guys want it. But just a couple last minute things. I do have some leftover hoodies in stock. I was going to take these on tour with me in April, but that got postponed to July, I think, and by the time it's July, I'm not gonna take hoodies with me. So there's about 100 hoodies left in store if you guys...
Alright, homies. That's Crypt here. Yeah, I just want to say thanks for watching, and give my video a like and subscribe. Go to Crypt's channel, sub and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.